So even though that I am putting these concepts over here, I want to make already here a small bracket stance or position of mine. So many of the things that I am putting here are constricted to very simple terms, so it's easier for us to develop. However, many of them are in fact have a very broader spectrum, and they can be rationalized and worked out in many different ways. So sometimes I'm gonna over explain some issues, other times I'm gonna pass through them very slightly, but I'm not saying that one are more important than others. They are just a way to simplify things for now, so that we can go into very more stronger subjects afterwards. Okay, so after this explanation, so what we as a society should expect from the individuals in the future, or from the future, the ones that go into our educational system and and after went into our educational system, what are they? What can they bring us that can be of worth? So. I'm not gonna put here capital value, financial worth, or anything like that. As like I told you, this is very broad terms. But later, in videos afterwards, I'm gonna explain a little bit more, or try to develop some of the concepts a little bit better. So, next one. Individual, what we as a society should expect from the individuals that leave the educational system. So, we should create the mechanisms and allow people that leave the educational system to use the tools that we have today. And even if we don't have the proper tools, we should improve on them. So in a way, we should promote the individuals to create new tools if the ones that we are using are not enough for the time that they are passing through. This is like a little bit of proactivity, but the objective is use what you have now, but at the same time allow us to further develop on them, or create new ones from scratch that can be useful as well. Even if it's like for an individual, if they have the capability of using a tool specifically better, and they can see how to create it, they should be allowed to create it. And if that works for other people, that should be allowed too. So, in the future, we should allow to teach them how to use the tools or promote the creation of new ones. And this encompasses one second step, which is we should develop a possibility of proactivity. So if someone has an idea of a different way or a different tool or something that can be useful for them, that should be perceived as a society that is potential for everyone to evolve a little bit more, even if it's just one individual. So proactivity. So also it's really important for us to develop on the individuals a more critical way of thinking. So individuals need to be more critical, and the reason is people need to think for themselves, and for them to think for themselves they need to be provided with the best information. This is something that I am lacking in here, so I'm going to put it now. So allow access to the best information. So here is critical thinking. Furthermore, it's important for us as individuals to demand the best. And this is not only for us as a society towards the individual, but the individual also towards the society. So demanding the best is trying to reach something that probably needs more or a change or a development, and that is also something that will impel individuals to reach further. So demand the best, the capacity to demand the best. And now I'm gonna drop three things that are not correlated, but at the same time are intrinsically very connected, which is more cooperation. I'm gonna put them first and then I'm gonna explain it this time. Put a plus. More human-centered, and more global planet. So these three have a specific reason why I put them separately, but at the same time like together. So the objective is for us to understand that cooperation is essential for humanity, and humanity is part of an ecosystem that is a whole. And for this reason, our conceptualization needs to be towards the global scale. And for example, one of the things that I do perceive as essential, and this is an individual perspective, is we should in fact be very local focused. As individuals, we need to understand our surroundings, where we live, what we do, what the other people in that surroundings are doing. However, we need to also understand that locally we are all in the same planet. So this is the reason why I put global. However, this global is in fact local. The idea is everything that happens at a local level has the capability of being implemented at a global scale, and vice versa. So if we understand an ecosystem, we very closely and very strongly, we can adapt understandings from that and apply in different scales and different things. So this is a global / local. But the idea is the local is our planet, is where we live. So